I don't want to see anybody end up with what I'm having to live with and what I'm facing.
Kerry Wynne Taylor is on borrowed time. About 3 years ago, she was diagnosed with the asbestos cancer, mesothelioma.
I was told 3 to 6 months, maybe 12 months if I was lucky.
With ongoing treatments and support, she's lived longer than expected. Now the retired school teacher's making the most of her precious days by speaking out about the asbestos that remains in buildings and homes across the country.
It's that sort of clean-up that we really have to get serious about, because otherwise this is just going to be an ongoing nightmare.
Kerry believes her exposure to fibres happened over 50 years ago when she was a child helping her father, who was a builder, clean up at work sites.
I remember him vividly using his boot to smash sheets and things so they're in smaller pieces for me to pick up and put in the trailer. Broken asbestos was just absolutely everywhere.
You can see how it's deteriorating.
Melita Markey is part of a national push to speed up the removal of all the remaining asbestos.
There's so much deteriorating asbestos-containing materials in our built environment. We've also got an increase of a lot of extreme weather events, which is creating an unprecedented amount of asbestos materials in the environment, damaged and releasing what we call friable fibre.
Asbestos was banned in Australia over 20 years ago, but there's still about 6.4 million tonnes in buildings and about 1 in 3 homes. Deaths from asbestos-related disease remain at about 4,000 a year, mainly due to work exposure. But there are ongoing risks, including to people doing DIY on old homes.
It's really wise to get someone in, if you've got a particularly old home, just have a look around and give you a report. Probably save your life.
Jodie Deeks heads up the federal agency responsible for a national plan to eliminate asbestos-related disease.
If we had an active, safe removal program across the country by the year 2068, if it was removed by that date, then we would prevent over 27,000 deaths.
The states and Commonwealth have agreed to the plan in principle, but removing and disposing of the asbestos will be costly, and there's a growing push for government incentives.
There really needs to be an approach of sharing the cost across the householder, the government and industry to make sure that no one is unfairly burdened.
A devastating legacy that Australians are still paying for. Claire Moody, ABC News.